obviously I drive a double decker, so I don't want to be getting to any low bridges and stuff like that. Because you don't want to be an Eddie Stobart driver, do you?
No. Oh, and you would be on the news. TikToker. Oh, can you imagine it? Yeah, look, told you she couldn't drive.
Exactly,
You'll get it.
Bloody woman driver.
Yeah, bloody typical woman. Hello and welcome to another episode of Talkin Shop. Today we're joined by Becky from St Mary's Livestock. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe and let us know who you want on Talkin Shop next. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. I'm all right, thanks. Yeah. No, it's Friday, end of Feb. If anyone's watching, Feb 28th.
Yeah.
It's getting sunnier.
Yeah. I mean, it was foggy lighter this morning, but yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we'll pretend. Yeah.
No, I suppose it depends where you're coming from, though, because where I was, like, it's all sunny, but I'm a townie. So I suppose it all, like, heats up and, you know, all the pollution gets rid of all the
by the time we got this way on, it was...
it was foggy this morning, to be fair, when I drove over it, but there you go.
Where have you come from today?
Market Harbour way.
Okay. Yeah,
not too far.
Yeah, not too far.
No, do you live over there?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you haven't just come from work or whatever?
No. It's my day off.
Oh, is it? Okay, fair enough.
I've given myself a day off.
Yeah.
Well
Good
done.
for you. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because the older you get, the worse it is to try and remember.
Yeah.
I get this all the time.
Yeah, you should never ask a lady her age, but there's definitely going to be a comment on that. But so, because the reason I ask is you got into trucking at 18.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you've seen any of our podcast, but my driving history, even a car, has not been great since I passed my test.
You keep smashing it like
and that's in a car.
else.
How on earth did you get on trying to do your
I can't
HGV?
drive a car to save my life.
Oh, okay, that's all right. So we're in the same boat. Yeah.
I can park that in a 10-foot gateway, dead straight, whatever. But my car, no.
Yeah,
so it's got bleepers all round and a camera.
That's why she's parking across 3 spaces.
Yeah, that's right. Look outside.
Yeah. What was that like at 18, trying to learn? I suppose obviously you've been around it because you've family business, right? So I presume you've been around it all your life.
I've been around it my whole life. So like before I even started like driving on the road, I was driving in the yard.
Okay.
So I sort of knew how wide it was and how big it was. The first day of my, like, because you do a week's course, the first day I was bricking myself. I was like, oh my God, I'm going out on the road on my own with someone I have no idea who it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, once I got half an hour down the road, I was fine. But yeah, it was quite scary, I guess.
Yeah.
Everybody would say that.
Yeah, certainly me. And the instructor would be after about 15 minutes. Woo! So 25 now, I've been doing it for 7 years. What is it now? Just every day's the same, easy peasy. Yeah.
I mean, we all have bad days.
Yeah.
I sort of know where I'm going now. Like, obviously, you go to new farms and you get there and you're like, oh, how am I going to get this in here?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then you do it first time, I'm like, I'm quite good actually at my job.
Yeah. See, I mean, I started here really young and I got a lot of, should we call it ageism? Like I got abused. So did you get a lot, like turn up at places and they're like, oh, is your dad around? Is your mum around? You know, are you driving this? Did you get a lot of...
Not really, because I was already going out with Dad.
Okay.
As
so everyone knew you.
Little person.
Yeah.
So everybody sort of knew me, and Dad would be like, oh, Becky's coming, sort of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So that all the farmers pretty much already knew me. The new farmers that I go to, probably about 5 years ago, I'd have them say, you drive this? And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, but everybody already knew me, so I didn't really get that. I guess you'd get that more if you went to like Curtainsiders or something like that. But it's a fact, because we're in a family business, everybody already knew me.
Yeah. Do you not get some, like, did you get some strange looks at the petrol stations like, she looks a bit young. She driving. You got a driving license, let alone HGV.
I know. I did actually go. So me and Liam, we were both convoying, and we pulled into the station and just to get a coffee. And I had a headache, so I wanted some painkillers. And they asked for my ID, and I drove in the lorry.
Brilliant. And I can see you've just got out of it.
Sounds about right.
So Liam had to pay for the painkillers because obviously the ID was in my lorry and I weren't walking over there.
No.
So I was like, you can pay
to
for
prove
them.
a point for some paracetamol.
So he gave me them. So Liam gave me them and I walked back to my lorry and jumped back in the driver's seat.
That's ridiculous.
Bearing in mind, right, that was last year.
Yeah.
It wasn't a few years ago.
No, that was last year.
Well, it was only a couple of years ago. I was in a full suit, went to a co-op to get some painkillers whilst we were out for the day. And have you got any ID? Are you actually kidding me? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. How many 16-year-olds, and it was like a proper suit as well. Like, I don't know what I would have been doing at 16 to be I don't know. Maybe I could have started an apprenticeship, but come on, give me a break. Yeah. You have a hair transplant, how many 16? Yeah. That's what I did do that once, actually. Oh, so cringy. But I was just really wound up and I didn't know. I was just seeing red, but somebody didn't serve me for gas for a patio heater.
Right.
So I did turn around and say, are you joking? Like, no, I don't have any ID. Like, I clearly not. I think it was 16. I don't know if it's 16 or 18. I don't know what it was, but regardless, I'm not 18. Hopefully that's pretty clear. So I did turn around and I was like, are you joking? I've had a hair transplant. And Ellie was like, yeah, there you go. Shanice's laughing. It's pretty much Ellie's reaction. Like, how is she supposed to know? Like, how is that relevant? Well, to be fair, how many 16, 17, 18-year-olds do you know are actually having to have a hair transplant because of
you?
Yeah, well, shocking. But yeah, it really winds me up, that does.
We're in a world, though, where everyone's trying to cover each other's backs. So
yeah. That's why they put that thing in, look 25.
Yeah.
What's a 25-year-old look like?
No, I find, though, that the younger generation look older than me.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely, though, because I've got 2 young brothers and sometimes, like, with what they wear or even, like, the girls in their year, like, it's like, crazy what they wear.
Yeah.
And, you'd think, like, they're in their mid-30s or early 30s.
Like, your 16-year-olds look older than me.
And they've all got lip filler and,
It's true though,
isn't
it?
It is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're very true.
It really is.
But yeah, so you had a nice like ease into it because obviously I presume it's like all your dad's customers, etc. And if he's been in it for a long time, then they get to know you. And in the end, I suppose everyone's like championing you then, because it's like, oh, Becky, I knew you when you were little, like going out in the truck, and now here you are driving it yourself.
Look at you now.
Look at you. And they're like scrubbing your hair, like, look at you, well done. No, good for you.
No, brilliant. What's it like? I mean, obviously you've only sort of ever done that then, but it is quite a specialist thing you do, isn't it, with livestock transport? What's a normal day for you?
Every day's different.
Like this, I suppose. There you go.
Yeah. That looks, I mean, that's literally my worst nightmare. But
I actually have someone helping. That was Monday, that was.
Yeah.
I have someone helping me because I broke my hand, so I couldn't hold the hose.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
No way. But I mean, that is literally, I mean, that's an everyday occurrence then?
Oh, yeah, you have to wash out every day. Wow. Especially, obviously you guys wouldn't know, but blue tongue's around at the moment.
Okay.
And at the moment there's zones in each area. And so if you're in if your farm is in a blue tongue zone and I've transported them, I have to wash out so it stop spreading disease. So yeah, that is an everyday occurrence.
Do you have like a chemical in the hose pipe then or something, or
no,
is that just literally water?
Oh, okay. It's just water.
Yeah, so it's nothing too technical. Nothing too technical.
And me brushing.
Old school. Somebody was telling me, I don't know if it's like European countries, but with livestock, like all of the tagging, like they'll all have a tag, I don't know if you transport any like dead animals as well. I think that's where maybe it becomes more
she hopes not anyway.
Try not to. Depends on the driving.
There's that bump on the
A1. On the cows. Sorry, mate. No, somebody was telling me like they've all got like tags to show like what they died of, how old they were, etc., whether they had any diseases or whatever, and like it's properly intricate or
like
difficult, and like regulated. Yeah. But no,
don't transport dead ones.
No, that's
I try and keep them alive.
I suppose that livestock does make sense. Yeah. Let's get a dead stock one on.
It's not dead stock.
And your truck is a DAF, isn't it? So is DAF your sort of sort of favourite manufacturer?
I love DAF.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, in every vehicle, you can get a good one or a bad one. You can get a Friday made one or you can get a Monday made one.
Yeah.
I absolutely love mine.
Yeah.
I would not change it for the world.
Good.
We've always said that mine's staying for the long run. It won't be sold because it's got the airbrushing on the side now that I paid for. So St Mary's turned 100 years in 2020, and obviously that was through COVID. And I said I want to do something for the business because obviously it's family run. And I was like, I want to do something small just to represent that we made it to 100 years. So I paid for the full catwalk, the side skirts and everything on my lorry and the airbrushing just to mark we made it to 100 years.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
So,
100 years, wow. That's, that's well done. That's
it's 105 now, but
yeah. Okay,
105 years.
2020 doesn't sound like 5 years ago, does
No,
it?
it doesn't.
It's so scary. I know. I was thinking, last year.
Yeah. So who founded it? What's the sort of relation to you and your family then?
So I don't really know that far back, but it originally was in Market Harbour on St Mary's Road. And then it moved to wherever, but it moved to Lubingham, which is just a village just outside Harborough. And it was going down and down and down, and my granddad bought it. And then then Dad took over, and so
amazing.
now we're here.
It's certainly had its generation.
Yeah. So are you going to take over the reins then eventually?
I've taken over anyway, so let's just
there you go.
farmers ring me. I just say, Dad, you're going here.
I love it.
Yeah. As a dad, though, that must be quite rewarding though for him, sort of now being able to sort of not step back a little bit, but I guess, but sort of put a bit of trust into obviously you running the business now for the future.
Yeah, I guess so. But we've been that busy. I've sent him here, there, and everywhere, and he was like, "I need a break."
I'm off next week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's, I suppose, what every business owner or every father really wants is to know that the business is in good hands going forward. So
I hope so anyway.
Yeah, that's good. Well, time will tell.
Yeah. You'd imagine so. So.
Fingers crossed.
Is it not? I presume he said though, like how well you've done and how proud he is of whether to.
So he got brought up with like no one saying that to him. So he's never really said that to me. But he'll say it to everybody else who says it's to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he does say it. I hear it back.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. It's just keeping you grounded.
Yeah.
So what made you think, do you know what? I'm going to start filming this and whack it on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram?
Well, for YouTube, everybody kept asking me to do it on TikTok because that's where I started. I started on TikTok through COVID like everybody else did, downloaded the app. Posted one video and I was like, I got 800 likes. That's quite good for a first video. So then I carried on. And then, because I do such an unusual job, they were like, can we see like a day in a life? And I'm the worst at filming TikToks. I am the worst. So I was like, I might as well start a YouTube. Liam had a GoPro, so I stole that. Yeah. And that's where I started. Yeah. So and then we made it that far and now I film every single day.
Yeah.
So it's an everyday vlog then is what you do?
Yeah, I do one video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Fridays now, and then Sundays is a members video.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard work.
Yeah. Do you do all the editing yourself?
Yes.
So
every night.
Yeah.
Liam does sometimes help, but I mainly do it. He normally cooks the dinner while I edit the video.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
How many followers have you got on TikTok?
Over 1 million now.
Wow. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Never thought I'd make it there.
No. That is bonkers.
I thought it was achievement getting to 50,000.
Yeah.
That's a real sort of milestone, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's crazy how like TikTok's evolved from people doing random dancing to now there's everything on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can watch a movie on there now.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
You can, I know. Well, I think that's with every social media platform now. It does evolve, doesn't it? Like YouTube now used to be sort of quite short term sort of videos, where now it's literally more like vlogs and sort of longer sort of hour episodes now.
Yeah.
So
I try and keep it under 30 minutes because I feel like it just gets boring after a while. Yeah.
Well, it is with people's attention spans. That is literally the case with. It's been the same for with songs over the years, hasn't it? They've got shorter and shorter and shorter. Yeah. It's the same with people watching videos. After half an hour, they move on.
Yeah, move on.
So that's it.
Yeah. What's the hardest part of the job for you?
Yeah, I think you're more going to new farms. I will never use a sat nav. I will if I'm going to a new place, I'll always ask the farmer which is the best way in.
No way.
Because they know their area, don't they?
Yeah, of course.
They know where the Arctics come. Like, obviously, I drive a double decker, so I don't want to be getting to any low bridges and stuff like that. Because you don't want to be an Eddie Stobart driver, do you?
No. Oh, and you would be on the news. TikToker.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine it? Yeah, look, told you she couldn't drive.
Exactly,
You'll get it.
Bloody woman driver.
Yeah, bloody typical woman.
So I think just getting into a new farm. I've never really had any difficulty, but I'd say that would be one of the most difficult. So I have gone wrong and I've gone down a lane where I'm like, I don't know, I'm going to get out of here. And like, I'm crying because my lorry's my pride and joy.
Of course it is.
And the scratches down the side of it. And I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do?
That's it. Something you've paid for as well.
That was quite recent as well.
No.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. I suppose I was a bit shocked actually when I thought you don't use a sat nav, but then I suppose if you go into regular the same farms all the time, then
and you get to know the areas as well. So if I go to a farm in one area, I sort of know where the other farm is before I've even got there, sort of thing.
Yeah. Do you drive past all the farms now in the car and go, I go there and I go there?
Oh yeah,
with
I
all
do
your
that
friends?
all the time. Yeah, to Liam. Liam's driving. I'm like, been to that farm, picked up cattle up there. Liam on the other hand, I picked up a lorry over there.
Yeah. What would you say, like, the challenge is just being if you were doing general haulage towards livestock, what would you say, like, the biggest sort of challenge, other than the fact that your stock can like move around, has a mind of its own, I guess?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like I can't put my foot on the brake. Like if someone pulls in front of me, I can't stop because I've got livestock on.
Not thought about that actually, yeah.
Like I don't want the cattle in the cab with me because it goes dum 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 dum.
It's a lot of weight.
Yeah, it is a lot of weight, and obviously they're standing up, they can go down. And if I have one go down, they could die because obviously being trampled on and stuff. Sheep is a bit different because they can sit down. That's why you see me putting sawdust down,
right?
Because so they don't get dirty if they do sit down. Cattle, I won't put sawdust down because they naturally just stand up. It's like horses; they stand up while travelling as well.
And they can sleep standing up and stuff, can't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
well,
please don't cut a livestock lorry up.
No,
there you go.
It makes total sense, but I've never thought about it that way before.
Yeah, you don't.
You're actually going to cause more damage trying to stop than actually ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you or the cow, and it's you.
Yeah. That's why I got a bull bar on the front.
That explains it.
Get out of the way. Yeah.
Whilst we're on the subject, you did a bit of a stint in Australia, didn't you, some time ago? Probably, what was it, last year or the year before now?
It was March last year.
It was, and that looked like some experience.
Yes.
Really. I mean, you talk about bull bars and stuff. I mean, that's their trucks out there is just mental. But how do you find that? Because they're road trains, aren't they, out there? They're not just truck and trailer. It is pretty much a case of...
Their roads are a lot better out there than they are here.
One straight line for 100 miles.
Great. Even like on the dirt, there's no potholes. I know you've got your corrugations, but they're better than potholes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'd rather that. What's it like out there in terms of obviously farm to farm here? You're never too far away, but obviously with the vast sort of distance there, it
is quite far.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, one farm, depending where I'm picking up, it can take me an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to the next farm before I carry on to my next final destination. It's a bit the same out there.
Okay.
Like we were driving for about a couple of hours to the next farm. But it's like how we plan it. It's in a line sort of thing. So you're heading to your final destination within the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is vast and there isn't anything out there. No. It's very deserty, shall we just say.
Wow. So you've got to be pretty sort of aware then of your surroundings in terms of if you break down, it's you.
Oh yeah, it's just you. Yeah. Like you'll get your lorry every so often, but like you can see their main beam, if obviously it was at night, about 50 kilometres away.
Yeah.
It's that vast.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So if you do break down, at least you can sort of work out how far they're going to be until...
Yeah.
How long it's going to take.
I'm right for
that'll
half
be
an
about
hour.
a couple of hours.
Yeah. Well, we did a bit like a road trip in California and Nevada and stuff, and it's pretty much the same over there. Like you can see the road like for 20 miles just doesn't change in direction. It's incredible.
I know, yeah. It's
like you can be out in the middle of nowhere. Like I just started watching Yellowstone, awesome program by the way, and like their roads through the mountains are like bigger than the M1.
Yeah.
And there's no one on it.
It's like,
what are we doing?
I know, like the person I was with, he was like, "Oh, this is quite a narrow road," and I'm like, "This is like a two-way road."
Yeah. Yeah, we've got roads that they're not roads. Like
no, they're not.
You can't even call it a farm track.
No.
Oh my!
And I go down there with that.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. What sort of trucks are there?
And that's the A1.
Yeah, I hate the A1.
Oh no, me too. And it's got a lot worse.
Yeah. If once you go past like Doncaster that way, great. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Anything below, no.
You get to those power stations, don't you? You see the power station, and then the road it opens up like 3 or 4
wider,
lanes, and then you're like,
yes.
and the population like drops down now, and you
further you go north, it's lovely.
Yeah.
How bad is that though? The roads are better where there's less people.
Yeah. I know.
London, where there's all that people, you've got then two lane roads and stuff.
They're trash.
I know,
Absolute
it's a bit back
trash.
to front, really, isn't it? But
it is.
That's the government for you.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, don't even get me started.
We will be here a while. Yeah,
literally. Yeah, we say we literally say it every time now. It is becoming like a running joke.
Yeah, I know.
But they are. They're literally, the roads are a running joke. But yeah, that's cool. Why did you think go to Australia? Otherwise, like loads of people like wanting to go to Australia, but not to do truck driving. Like people are going over there like, yeah, I'm going to do like 6 months in Australia, Bondi Beach, whatever. Where was the motivation?
So I am actually half Australian.
Oh, cool.
My mum was born over there. So I've got an Australian passport as it is. So I'm Australian citizen.
Best of both worlds.
So I don't have to pay for visas or anything. I can go whenever I like.
Yeah. All right, rub it in.
Well, I need the money to get there first. But I've always wanted to do it. Like we've been over there many, like 5-6 times, and you see them. I'm like, I've always wanted to drive one, always. And like there was times where we were going to move over there, and I was like, I know what I'm going to do over there. I'm going to drive one of them. So I actually met that person through TikTok, and it just started there, and I ended up going over there.
Nice.
How long were you over there for?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
I had to go for 3 weeks because I need to get back by the end of the month to do all the invoices for St Mary's. I couldn't go any longer.
No.
It doesn't stop. Yeah.
No.
If you had a choice, what would be like if you had a choice to like move St Mary's and do your day to day, but in Australia, would you move it?
Oh, 100%.
I thought you'd say that.
Much better lifestyle over there. And everybody, that's why you'll see people go over there and work for 6 months and not come back.
Yeah.
Yep. Got a couple of friends that have done that. And Canada as well. A few friends who've like gone to Canada, yeah. So
why would you want to come back?
Exactly. Why would you want to come back to this country?
Let me think about it.
Yeah.
Because we have got nothing. Like literally,
There's nothing to want to come back to, is there?
No.
Maybe some family? Friends?
Maybe, they could come with you.
They could come and visit you.
Yes, that sounds better rather than us coming back to the cold.
Well, they go on holiday, don't they?
That's it, exactly. Yeah. Do you have to sort of do anything? It's obviously for livestock transport. Do you have to do any extra licenses or certification or anything?
Yes, so you need your transport of animals.
Okay.
So I've got cattle and sheep. I failed my pigs by 1, but I don't do a lot of pigs, so
you failed it.
I failed my pigs by 1.
How do you fail? Like what? How did you fail?
It's multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
And it is a bit like common sense.
Right.
Like you're driving, like when you do your driving theory, it's common sense. But because we don't do a lot of pigs, I don't have a great amount of knowledge of pigs.
On pigs.
And because I failed it by 1, I was like, I can't be asked.
It's too much effort.
I hear you.
Yeah, no.
Is it one of those like question? So it's like question answer type thing or a video?
No, question and answers.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it is now. Liam did it 2 years ago now because I put it through when Mum and Dad went to Australia in January before I went in March. So I had to run the business and I got Liam through his test so he could help me out. So it's so I've got up to 8 hours, but you can do over 12 for your 12-hour one. But the trailer needs drinkers and stuff in it for your 12 hours. So we only do up to 8 hours. But Stirling back to Lutterworth 8 hours, so that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it works. It works. Yeah, no, I never thought about it because obviously with with such a specialist transport, I suppose it makes sense. You've got to sort of know how to sort of treat it, really.
Yeah, you just never thought you'd like pigs are different. You know, if you transport cows, you don't know what you've got it in for you. You transport them pigs.
Yeah.
Jesus, they stink, those pigs.
Oh, they're better on a plate.
Yeah.
I like it.
Agreed. Have you ever had a cow, like an angry cow, go for you?
Oh yeah, many a time.
Because they scare we've got 2 little, and they hate little dogs. So we walk around the field and we go, yeah, the cows are coming. Pick them up, leg it. Here's me going, bah!
Yeah, I've had many come for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, I got kicked a couple of weeks ago.
Is that how you did your hand?
That's how I did my hand. I got kicked on the hand and it caught my face as well.
Oh.
But majority got my hand. Luckily, Liam was with me, so he took over the lorry.
Was it going to the slaughterhouse?
Yeah, so Karma's got back, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah, tough luck.
Yeah.
It's dead now, Waitrose.
Yeah. When you were younger, how were you like? How did you sort of process that as younger when you sort of found out, we're dropping these animals off to...
It never fazed me because I grew...
That's life.
It was life, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like my meat.
Yeah. They might be for telly, but you see like Jeremy Clarkson's reaction to it as somebody who's like not a traditional farmer, not a farmer by nature, I suppose. Yeah. And you saw his like his reaction on Clarkson's farm when he dropped one off the abattoir. He dropped the sheep. Was it sheep the first time round? Yeah.
I mean, we've had
they're
our
gone now.
pets.
Oh.
Yeah. We've had our pets throughout the years. Like I bought one out of Melton and yeah, I was sad to see it go. I didn't want it to go. It stayed until the end because it was not going at the first. Yeah.
No.
Like it would come running up the field and for scratches. And I called it Scratchy because it came up running up. And it was, so... But yeah.
Well, I think that's that emotional attachment, isn't it? And obviously, it was clear on Clarkson's farm. He did have that emotional attachment with Filman as well. But when you don't know them, you haven't seen them so much, it's easier to sort of just pick up and drop off, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
And it's the way of the world.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
It's what
if you eat meat, that's what you're.
It's got to happen.
Yeah.
And I do love a fillet steak.
I love a good fillet steak. Oh.
Yeah.
Chris Miller and Carter.
I know there's a lot of people out there who I'm sure they won't be watching this, to be fair.
It's like when I talk about it on there, I'm like, well, you're not going to be watching me.
I
Exactly.
don't think you're going to be insulting many people who, because I don't think the regular watchers.
No.
I mean, I don't know, maybe there are a few vegans on there, you know.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah. Watching.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they've become vegan.
Yeah. Power to the vegans. I don't know how they do it. I don't know. I'd never be able to cut it out of my life.
That.
Oh,
it's like when
so good.
There's these meats that are looks and tastes like steak, but isn't
like
steak.
a vegan sausage roll. Why call it a sausage roll
It's
if
not
it's
a sausage.
vegan?
Vegan roll.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you want a sausage roll, just go and get one.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I know.
Oh, look, there you go. There's where you got your scratches.
Yeah, that's a really annoying tree, that is.
Yeah.
You have to get changed.
It must be like
Every
annoying
time.
going down like all the country lanes as well. And then you can't really curse it because, well, they're the farmers and yeah.
Yeah, they pay my bill.
Yeah.
Put the invoice in for the paperwork.
Yeah. Just a quick message from our sponsor. Do you work on or run a fleet of vehicles, vessels, or machinery? Do you struggle with downtime and expensive maintenance costs? Maybe you're tired of your basic diagnostic tools giving little or no technical information. Well, Eclipse Diagnostics have you covered with Joule Test, the leading supplier offering advanced diagnostic troubleshooting with OEM-level technical information, inclusive of wiring diagrams and repair manuals. Eclipse dedicated support teams are on hand to keep your fleet moving, offering remote product support with the capability of ECU programming and even software updates. Take back control of your fleet and inquire with Eclipse Diagnostics today. Quote promo code Talkin Shop to receive a free cable saver with your order and keep your valuable equipment well protected. Thanks again and back to the podcast.
Are you, obviously, having a social media platform, are you quite critical with comments that obviously you see? How is the comments that come across on your videos? Are they mainly positive? Do you get involved?
I try not to read them because, like, when you see, if you've got 100 good comments, you get that one bad comment. It makes you feel really down, doesn't it? So I try not to. I did go through a stage of getting a lot of hate, and I had a month off social media because it really got to my mental health.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. So, but I do read some of them, and I try and reply back to some of them. But if I see one bad one, I won't read it anymore.
Yeah.
That's it. That's enough. Move on. Yeah.
I don't want to suffer with my mental health again, so I just can't. Yeah.
Absolutely not. I think people are. It's a jealous thing. That's all it is.
Yeah, and I put it down to jealousy. Always do.
Yeah.
People are quick to comment something quite evil. And you'd see them in person and they wouldn't dare say anything to you.
No, they wouldn't.
It's just behind the screen.
And the amount of people that come up to me at truck shows and be like, you've inspired me to do my test, and that's why I do it. And
that makes up for any of those bad comments you've seen. That in itself makes up for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care enough, if I'm being totally honest with you, I just don't get it. If I'm being honest with you.
What, commenting on
videos?
They have nothing better to do in their lives than sit at home watching videos and commenting on it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is, really.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. And then, but the good thing is, I presume you get like on every video, then there'll be somebody who will then reply, and then there's an argument on there.
Yeah. They're quite good to read. You're backing me up, thanks.
I've noticed as well, it's like a lot of it's like some of the older generations who then have like adopted social media, whereas I suppose when we had it, because it came out sort of like when we were kids, we sort of like understood what not to do and what to do on it as you grew up. Whereas you get like a 6-year-old bloke arguing on that. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. But they're the good ones to read.
Yes.
They're quite entertaining.
Let's read this argument between this 18-year-old know-it-all and this 60-year-old know-it-all. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So do you get on well with all the farmers now then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Known them for years.
Pretty much now.
The cows look.
Yeah, happy moose.
Yeah, happy moose.
Yeah. Some of them are dead now, but they're happy moose.
They were happy moose.
They were lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you go sort of like feel the struggle? Obviously, if you've been around it for a long time, do you feel the sort of pain of the farmers? You feel for them at the minute, and I suppose it impacts on you guys as well, because your customers are farmers and they're like really struggling, and then it comes over to you guys.
Yeah, it does. Obviously, we're all connected to the farmers because they're the ones that give us the work. Obviously, with this farming tax at the moment, it is taking a toll on them, and there has been some suicides because of it. And the government just want the farmers out.
Yeah. And it's an attack, actually. I will use that word because that's how it feels. There's people out there saying, there's never a rich farmer. It won't affect them. It does. Like, it's a generational thing.
Yeah, it is.
It gets handed down from generation to generation, and having that tax in there now will make a massive... Yeah.
Like, the farmers are never cash rich.
No, exactly.
They're asset rich. And the assets are in that farm.
Won't be for long when they tax the absolute, peanuts
then
of them.
You'll be seeing farmers going smaller and smaller and smaller to pay for their tax.
Yeah.
And then there will be nothing left.
Yeah, they'll sell off.
Yeah.
They'll get towards the point where we're going to have to pay tax now. Sell it.
The thing is, though, then the farms they won't be worth anything because no one will want them.
And that's it. And unfortunately, without going too deep into it, I think that's probably part of the big plan, really, is that the more small holdings they can acquire, the more new houses they can build.
Exactly.
The more people we can house.
And what the general public don't understand is, like, if farmers go, like, they'll dwindle down and down and down, we'll have to import all of our meat and stuff abroad.
Standards come down, prices go up.
Exactly.
Yep.
The prices will go through the roof.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what general public don't understand.
No, they see that tax and go, we have to pay
Everybody
it.
else has to pay it.
I'm driving mad when I hear that.
The thing is, though, farmers do have to pay tax.
Yeah, already.
Like, they do have to pay tax.
It's a business.
Yeah, and it's just like every farmer is always passed their farms down, and that's what you would do.
Yeah.
But like now,
they stamp down on all the wrong things. They double down on, and it's like, I don't understand how they don't see the reaction and go, yeah, actually, thinking about it, that was a stupid thing to do. Yeah.
It's like another haulier said to Dad actually yesterday that he's got 2 farmers that are giving up, and that's him losing 200 fat cattle a year. Transport.
Wow. And TB as well. What was evident on Clarkstown, you don't realise, you get one cow with TB, then you got to test the whole
herd, and you're locked down. You can't sell them. You can sell them under licence. You can't buy in. So yeah.
So there's already so much sort of limitations and
it's already hard enough, and then they go and say, we're going to tax you.
That's it. You've worked so hard all your life. Actually, now we're going to take that off you anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And farmers work hard. They work really hard.
There's no harder working person than a farmer.
No.
To be honest, it's every day.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by farmers where we live as well, and they're out 4 a.m. at 1 p.m. Like 1 a.m. They're out all day, all night.
You can't just say it's raining today. I'll leave it.
No. If you want to stay, work from home. I am working from home. It's in rain.
I know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We can put the heating on and stay indoors.
Yeah.
Don't get that privilege as a farmer.
Heated jacket.
That's the one.
If they can afford one.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
Yeah, they need to get a grip. They really do. Oh, is that you? You've done something there to your hand as well?
Yeah, I meant to wear that, but I can't be bothered. That was really annoying me.
God, I know. It's nothing worse though. It's like the one thing that you.
It's right hand as well.
Oh no!
Try and writing out your paperwork. I'm like, right.
Just hold it like that.
Right, and I was in the little lorry as well because that's paper taco, and obviously you have to write in on the taco, and I'm like, Vosa's going to be like, this isn't your handwriting. Well, who's been driving this? I'm like, I promise it is my handwriting. You just got right.
Who's the 5-year-old that's been driving this truck?
Start writing with your left. See how good you are.
I think it's better with the right.
I am shocking. Yeah. I could. Yeah, I'd probably do the same, to be honest with you. I have tried a few times to do things with like my left foot, my left hand. No, can't do it. Yeah, can't do it.
Horses are quite a big part of your life as well, aren't they?
Yes.
So do you have your own then? Or
we currently have 3 now because I did go to Ireland and we bought one from the sales, but he's currently at the vets at Oakham because he's got pneumonia. So he came over Tuesday night, he arrived, and Wednesday I dropped him off at the vets at midnight.
Wow. So yeah.
Is there like a maximum time, by the way, on you can have livestock like travelling for? You know, you get your taco. Do they like have, right, I get the cows out now, they've been in there for 3 hours. Is it like a maximum?
Mine's 8 hours.
8 hours.
Because I've done my transport transport certificate up to 8 hours.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose driving horse boxes and stuff, that's easy work for you now then, I suppose, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You do all of this. We've had a few drivers on that say actually though driving rigids is harder than the Arctics as well.
Yeah, I think it depends what you're used to, because obviously steering wheels, if you turn the steering wheel, it's going the opposite way, sort of thing. And obviously,
I've been on Truck Simulator. Still, I can't do it. Still can't drive on that.
Crashed on that as well.
I did. I didn't get the concept of slowing down for toll booths.
Just went straight through.
And again, that's real life.
Pretty much.
It doesn't carry it between. It doesn't know what he's doing. It's like, am I in a simulator or am I driving for real now?
Yeah. I watched that Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and they said on there, if you just keep driving as fast as you can, the police won't bother with you. It doesn't work over here.
No, it doesn't work over here.
No.
Turns out
I haven't tried that, but
no, neither have I. Neither have I.
Anyway, moving on.
Off subject there.
I won't go back there again.
I can't even remember the question.
Move it on.
I can't remember what we talked about. We were actually talking about your poorly horse, and then I just thought about a question I was going to ask a second ago. Yeah.
So do you race them or
no? So I do event hunting, show jumping, dress. I literally do everything else.
Yeah. Is that your escape then from the day-to-day sort of
pretty
business,
much,
if you like?
Yeah. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
I used to, before I started driving, when I was going through school and college, I used to buy and sell them over from Ireland. That's when you could buy them for like £800. I used to buy them unseen. And then have them for about 6 months and sell them for about $5,500. Now they are very expensive, and I don't have the time to do that now anyway.
No.
But yeah, Mum, we went to Clifton Sales, and Mum wanted one, so we bought that because hers has gone lame, and she wants to go out and do like fun rides and dressage and stuff like that. And I'll compete it. So yeah, that's why we've got 3. But we've only got 2 stables, so...
Okay, so...
Yeah, we're building one today, actually.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
That's the job for after this, then. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so I suppose it's been quite... While you've sort of limited where you could put them, you only have so many. Now you've got another stable, you can just keep buying them,
It's the time as well, and I don't have that much time.
Well, they are. I mean, I don't know, but from what I gather, they are a lot of work.
They are a lot of work.
Very expensive as well. But
very expensive hobby. Wouldn't get into it if I was
I've seen. I've had all my family have had horses, or we've had family members who've been like racehorse trainers and whatnot. And it seems like a lot of hard work, and they can be quite stupid as well. Like some of the stuff that they're doing, the injuries they'll get in the field, and like we would go to the horse that I'd have to go before and after school in the morning and sit in the car.
Really happy about that.
I was furious. Yeah.
Surprised you never got into it.
Yeah. Oh God, I was so bored as well. So bored. But yeah, the amount of times like we've gone there and it's injured, or we had one time where we went and overnight. I mean, we left the horse was fine. Went there in the morning, it was dead on the floor. No apparent reason. Yeah, weird. So that was weird. But yeah, absolute nightmare. There you go. What's the biggest challenge for the business at the minute as a company? What do you find the most challenging thing?
Keeping it going.
Yeah, as any business, I suppose, at the minute. Yeah, we only have to thank the government for that one as well. And do you prefer the day-to-day running of the company, or do you prefer, do you know what, I don't want to deal with that, just give me the keys and I'll drive the truck?
Oh, I much prefer driving.
Yeah.
Less stress.
Okay.
I mean, you get the stress of the car drivers, but I mean, I've got to do it's the end of the month, I've got to do paperwork soon, so.
Yeah. What's the worst experience you've had on the road with car drivers?
I've had someone brake check me around up the arse.
Well, coming back to what you said earlier, that's it. You got a choice.
Yeah.
Hey, all cameraed? I imagine you got cameras on.
No, now I've got a dash camera.
Right, yes. Yeah,
so this happens afterwards.
Yeah. But insurance never paid out for their. I mean, it only dented my bull bar. But insurance never paid out for them because they jumped out the car and literally had a piece of paper all written out already.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
They knew exactly. So yeah, the insurance never and. It went back to the insurance and they never paid out for it. So
yeah, well, it's a bit of good karma there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Won't do that again, will they? Well, maybe I might actually, but there you go. We're in a world where you just can't trust anyone. Especially on the roads, you've got that happening, and just inability to drive properly anyway. It's not
driving
just that.
Standards terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
Problem is when they're taught, there's no. It's like. Even when my missus passed, there's no like, I was told by my dad really to like the dangers of hanging around a HGV and its blind spot behind it, in front of it. Nope.
I never learned that when I was doing my test.
Nope.
You never learn it.
Yeah. It should be one of the, there's dealing, because they're completely different things to deal with, different hazards to deal with. They teach you all about, if somebody's crossing the road and if there's a car in front of you or behind you following too closely, but not this 40-ton, absolute wrecking machine that you're sat in its blind spot for God knows how long. And you'll see the videos where like the lorry driver will change lanes and then just like sideswipe a car, like completely take a car out, and it's been sat in its blind spot for 5 minutes.
Oh, it drives me mad.
Yeah. It does.
In the middle lane.
It does my nuts.
You see it, don't you? I could be behind a car and it would just be sat alongside it for a good, as you say, good sort of 5 minutes thinking, if that moves, you're crushed.
One thing that really annoys me, so it's the middle lane hoggers can't deal with it.
I know what you're going to say.
And also, like if a car's going really slow and you pull out and you're halfway past it and he's like,
I'm going to speed up now.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm like,
yeah. But it's also really annoying for everyone behind because everyone behind knows exactly what's happened. Yeah. Because I always think now, I know, okay, some people are getting older, not as confident, etc. with their driving, so they get slower and slower and slower.
Yeah, you understand that, but don't...
I don't know. My take on it now is if you're being overtaken on an Arctic, on a clear road, on a 70 road, slow. You're driving too slow.
But it happens all the time, though. It's not just every now and again. You see it all the time.
Yeah.
Trucks having to overtake cars because they're doing like 50 mile an hour.
But then there's the other extreme in the US where they're like doing 90 miles an hour in an Arctic. So yeah.
It's like going back to Australia. They had a trailer. We went to a country show and they had a trailer and it was all about safety around Arctics. And I thought that was amazing. And it was VR as well. Like you put your headset on, you sat in the seat and it was talking about like where the blind spots were and everything. And I was like, they should have this in England.
Yes.
Yeah, and it made it into a game as well. Like there was iPads all round and you could like which car was in the wrong sort of thing. And loads of people, there was a massive queue for it.
Yeah.
Just to sit with a VR set on and learn about where like blind spots are on an Arctic or a rigid or anything. And I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, out of any country, surely we should be doing
100%.
that.
100%.
Because the roads, as you said earlier, the roads are smaller here, and you need to be more aware about what's around you.
Yeah.
But there's no teaching.
No.
It's no surprise that people can't drive. But
Well, to be fair, like my instructor, he was ace, and he said to me, "The thing is, Lou, like I teach you how to pass your test."
Yes.
And that is absolutely spot on. At least he's honest. They teach you how to pass your test. Their job is to get you to pass your test. You might get a really good instructor that teaches you, who helps you become a safe driver and helps you to look out for what's not safe. But really, they're there to help you pass your test. And then you learn to drive.
Then you learn to drive. That's just exactly the same doing your HGV.
Yeah.
You learn to pass your test. Once you're out on the road, that's when you learn to drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people, who, let's say, didn't have the experience you did as a younger age, be able to sort of know how to maneuver and get that bit of experience. People are literally out on the road for the first time, never having driven anything like that, which is scary. I think there should be an element, actually, of a bit of off-road driving first, get familiar with it, and then go on the road.
Yeah. And it's like, I find nowadays, other lorry drivers don't help other people.
No.
It's like if someone's struggling to reverse, I jump out and help.
Everyone else just watches and
Everybody, or get the cameras out. Yeah, look at this guy.
Yeah. Well, that's everything now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get everything from, there's a police officer there trying to arrest someone and he's getting, he's
beaten up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There's a struggle there.
Pull the camera out.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched a video of somebody like trying to jump in front of I don't know what happened. Like they must have broke down on the road or something. God, there's something rubbish on social media. I don't even know how I saw this, to be honest with you. But like they're on the side of the road, like cars stationary. So I presume they'd like broken down, 4 of them. And then one of them just like runs out into the road, like in front of a car and gets hit. And rather than do anything, they've got their phones out filming it. It's like, what? So I don't know. We might get some money here. You jump in front of their car.
I won't ask.
Yeah. I know. Just like, people are crazy. Rather than grab him or see how just got the video out. Craziness.
That'll make a few quid on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's why they did it. If you survive, we're loaded.
Yeah.
If you don't, we're even more loaded.
If you don't,
we'll cut it.
Shares between 3. Yeah. I don't know. Crazy where we live. But yeah, nobody. But that's that. Do you find that in Australia it's a completely different?
It's not as much traffic on the road. That's
that's true.
Like we went through Perth City, and that was like driving through probably your local town.
That's fun, isn't it? You think Perth, you think that's going to be huge.
No. It's like, and I'm like, I could drive through this, but I hate driving in like built up areas. I'm more your country lane person. Built up areas, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. This is not my place. And I was like, I could drive through this. This isn't busy at all. And he's like, this is manic. I'm like, you need to come to the UK.
Try and drive through London.
I mean, do you have
to do that much? You have to do something much city driving.
No, it makes sense, doesn't it? You're not going to drop the cattle off at the Shard.
Unless
you go straight to the plate now. You're going to go straight to the dinner plate. It's like lobsters. You need a tank now. They keep a little pen out the back.
Yeah. Just get rid of them when they need them.
Yeah, literally. It's all fresh. No. But are you proper like country girl? Like you hate cities? Like you don't do cities? Yeah, I thought I got that impression. No.
I had to go to London to Australia House to get my passport renewed because I was going from a child's one to an adult's one. You had to go to London to get it done. And I was like, Mum, you're coming with me because I am not going on my own.
Yeah.
And 2, we're going to London St Pancras, to there and then back. We're not going anywhere else.
No, not bothered.
No.
Go there, get the job done and get out.
Yeah.
So I love going like to cities abroad and like going and seeing like all the different cultures and architecture and stuff like that. I love that, but I couldn't really care less about it here, being honest with you.
Well, you did for a while, didn't you? You did live in London, didn't you? Talk about depression, and it's a completely different way of life.
It's not for me.
No, and I have always lived in small villages, small towns all my life, so to get dumped into a different job, a completely different environment where you're packed in sardine, it was horrible. I can only describe it as like just claustrophobia. And every day, like even like there was times where I'd leave in a good mood in the morning, the moment I got on the tube, that was like my trigger for the rest of the day. It would just, it was awful. Never again.
I hate the tube.
If I commend anybody who lives in central London and works there 5 days a week.
Still confuses me. I can never work the thing out. Well, we've been to London multiple times. I can never work out what line I need to be on and how.
It does eventually like make a lot of sense.
Guess, when you've done it a few times. When you've done it 2 or 3 times, it's like, I still don't know.
It's a proper grim.
It's awful.
Oh, the tube is horrendous now. Do you remember the times where we're like, especially when we'd been there for a while, we'd go, it's an hour on the bus, an Uber, well, I'm not paying that. And or it's half an hour on the tube. No, I'm not getting on the tube. I'm not doing it. Let's just sit on the bus for an hour. But I'd just much rather do that.
Yeah.
Hated it. Awful. So, and the changing as well. Oh my God, I used to have to change somewhere in the morning. I can't remember where it was. And to go from one line to the other, I swear I used to like 4,000 steps. I used to like a mile of just changing between the tube. Yeah, it used to,
it's not so simple just getting on the tube and getting off, is it?
And then I don't know, it just makes you feel like every day you're rushing. So when by the time you get to work, you're stressed just from
you're out of
to
breath.
get there. Yeah.
Go to work for a sleep.
Yeah. Hated it. Never again. Yeah. So anyway, moving on. City. Yeah. Much prefer the country life now, to be fair. I do actually live in the country, but we want to next. We want to like live in a town at the minute, but after we just if it was up to me, I'd be like in a village of 5 houses, one pub.
That's all you need.
And a tiny little shop, or like the next village has got the shop. Suits me. Put me on top of a hill. I'm the only house in sight.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. No, don't blame you at all.
People say, because then you'd have to like, every time you need something, you'd have to drive. Nah. Morrison's drop off my shopping. Amazon Prime will drop off everything else. No problem.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, gives me an excuse so I don't have to go shopping.
And it's just being better prepared, surely, isn't it? You know, as well. You just know what you need for the week. You don't just have to keep nipping to the shop.
That's
it. Like if you've gone to work, just get it on your way back.
Yeah, that's it. Literally it. Yeah, you're not cocooned. But
speaking of like new houses and stuff and building houses everywhere, like don't you think like you go through these nice villages now, you go, what a lovely village, and then you get to the end and there's this monstrous new build, like, and then it's just like completely out of place, and then ruin it. I would be furious living in some of these villages where they just chuck a new build estate on the side of it, which is literally what I live in at the minute, like a new build estate. Still a really nice village town, whatever you want to call it, but I don't know if it's big enough for. I don't know what qualifies as a town.
What is it?
I don't know. Is it like a cathedral makes a city? Church and
I learned it through school, but that was a long time ago. So I can't remember.
No,
I don't know. Honestly, it's scary. Same as you earlier. I'm 20. I'm 28. In fact, 29. 29. Yeah, no. Yeah. No, I'm 29.
No, I was going to say, I'm 29. You can't be 28 yet. I was going to say, am I 30 yet?
Hey? Well, I've just done that.
Don't do that to me, Jesus.
That's a pretty point. But yeah, it is scary how long ago school was.
I know it's now because I'm 30 this year. Like, Ellie, she goes, if anyone goes, how old are you? And Ellie will answer me, 30. No, I'm not. Don't do that to me.
29.
I've still got 121 days. Thank you very much. I'm going to use every single one of those.
Oh my God, I've literally just done what I was talking
about. Even when I'm 30, I'm 29 years, 368 days. Yeah.
Just stop at 30. That's it.
100%. Yeah. Oh God, I'm not looking forward to that.
You doing all the truck shows this year?
So I wasn't going to do Lincoln, because it was an absolute
chaos. I saw that.
Oh my God.
Is that happening again this year?
Yes.
Bruce Bog trotted ground. Yeah.
It was a nightmare. Like me and Liam got there I think we got there about 11 and the gates open at 11 and we were queuing on the road.
I saw the videos. It was absolutely
and to be honest, it took we queued and we got in at about 1 o'clock time. So we weren't too bad. And the ground was holding up, but he was in his wrecker at the time, and that's heavy. And they were like, oh, just go down there. And Liam was like, you ain't got no chance because the tractor's not even pulling this. So he was like, we'll go up there on the corner and I'll just back off, sort of thing. And I was like, I'm following him. And Dad pulled in. He was working in the morning, so he got in, I'd say about 3 o'clock time, and it was lovely and clean when he was going. I saw him. Went across the road. Lovely. It was lovely and clean. He pulled in, And I was like, where have you been? Have you been in a farm or something? It was plastered.
Oh, no. Nothing worse. It's a truck
and
show.
he was like, well, they said, could you get across the field? And I said, yes. So I just put my foot down and went. I was like, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's clear.
But people were waiting 24 hours to get in.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, I saw videos of like the morning after when pretty much the show should be open and ready.
It was bad. Yeah. And even the general public were queuing in for hours.
Oh, it just wouldn't,
it was awful. And I said, we all said, we're not coming next year. But I've been persuaded a bit.
Okay.
I'm still on the borderline to the point that I might just take the horse box just to sleep in.
Yeah.
Can't be able to take the lorry. Yeah. So yeah, she was like, so her fiance is actually taking the DAF stand. So he's getting there early and she's going in the van. So she's like, oh, I'll save some spaces for you. And I'm like, good spaces, because we were in awful parking last time and I didn't see anybody. No one could find me. I mean, it was lovely and quiet. Like we were just sat and relaxed and stuff. But for my merch side, I didn't sell much.
No.
But yeah, I was like, get some good spots and might consider. And she was like, yeah, we'll get there early. I'll get some good spots. And I was like, okay. And she was like, just give me £20 each and I'll get all the food. And I was like, well, that's quite good because then I don't have to. Truck shows are stressful. Like trying to figure out what you're going to eat, like buying all the food, the drinks. Yeah. Oh, it's stressful.
Well, everything there is so overpriced.
Oh, yeah.
Well.
So you have to take everything and like making sure everything's in the lorry ready to go. Like you don't understand how stressful it is to even go to a truck show.
Just to enjoy yourself for the weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's quite a good idea then. I just need to take the barbecue. That's quite easy. Just chuck it in the back of the horse box. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe. Okay, I might think about it. But we're going to Malvern. I like Malvern. Malvern's a really nice show. I'm going to Truck Bash. That's where me and Liam met, so that's quite sentimental. And it's on my birthday, so
nice.
We're going for it. I might consider going Newark, and Dad likes going to Convoy in the Park because of the truck racing.
That's south, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they do it everywhere, don't they? So
we did the
Thruxton one.
Ah, okay, yes.
Yeah, we do the Donington one.
Yeah.
That's quite expensive, but like you get to watch truck racing. So
yeah,
something to it, isn't there?
Yeah, so we'll probably do that as well.
Yeah. Well, there's the Greenhouse Adams Morey truck. We do a lot with Greenhouse Adams Morey DAF. Shout out Adams Morey. I think they won. Didn't they win the?
I think so.
Or winning? I don't know.
I think
I would love to sit in a truck racer.
Yeah,
I know.
Even if I was, if it just take me around the track,
just a walk for one lap. Yeah.
You forget they actually
cool.
they are truck chassis. You know, the way they go around that track, it's unbelievable. I didn't actually go last year, but I saw some of the footage. Serious bits of kit.
We're thinking of doing like a live podcast there this year.
This year,
July.
Cool.
Yeah. That'd be cool. So, might see you there.
Yeah, I do.
There you go. So, yeah.
But have you won any awards with the truck there? Any of the shows before?
So I came third in Best DAF at Convoy.
Oh, nice.
And last year at Lincoln, Dad had to go to work. So I asked Tiny's always quite high up there and they always come back for second judging. And I said to them, are you coming back? Because I need to know or else the lorry won't be here. And he was like, oh, I don't know yet. I haven't. So I was like, right, that's fine. So I sent Dad back in Tiny. He came back. Where's Tiny? Well, I told you. Are you coming back?
Yeah.
He was like, well, I didn't know. I said, well, he's gone work. Yeah. It's gone. Yeah. And in the end, it got highly commended, which I was quite pleased with, but only having one judging. And Liam fetched, because he got into the grand final, he fetched my highly commended because there was a long loo and I just stood back. And,
take the fame.
And he was like, the judges said to him, if that lorry stayed, it would have been in the grand final. And I was like, you got to be kidding me.
No, you literally asked that question.
Yeah, you got to, and that would have been its first trophy.
I think the probably feedback would be, well, look, if you think you are, then you must stay because we're gonna you can't go. We're gonna put you in for a second judging. If we don't come, that's unfortunate, but you have to keep your truck there either way.
Yeah, but I was fuming.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And that's so. Hopefully this year, then we've got to stand with the
I don't know because obviously it's done a year of hard work going on and off farms. It's got stone chips on the front. the bumper's gone a little bit rusty. It's an 09 plate.
Yeah, it's true. When you work in trucks, they ultimately get
and in the job that it does, going on and off farms all the time, it's not one of these that stays on a motorway all the time.
No, sitting pretty.
Yeah. So I probably will put it in for judging, whether it gets anything or not.
We'll see.
But the judges like pristine, come out of a paint shop sort of thing.
Pretty
and
much, yeah.
That's not it.
No.
It's working and it's senior.
Yeah.
So it is old.
Yeah.
Proper job interview question. Where do you want to take this 5-10 years? Where do you see the company, the social medias? Like, what's your goal with it? Or if
so
you have
I
one?
know social media won't last forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking it as it comes at the moment. With the business, I'd like to see it grow. Not more, like I don't want to employ anybody else. We are actually employing someone very soon to help Liam in the workshop, because we've just opened that. So Liam's his own boss, even though I technically am his boss.
Yeah.
Make him aware of that.
I do. Don't you worry, I do.
Yeah.
And then, so he's got really busy in that. And he only started in September, to the point that we need to employ someone else.
Right.
And he said, oh, we're not having a van, blah, blah, blah. So we've now got a van. So to do breakdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see that progress on that side. Obviously, he helps us out with the driving when he can and when I tell him to, because I am his boss. So driving wise, I don't particularly want to get any bigger with the amount of work that we do, because it is only really me and Dad that do it. So, I mean, at the moment, I don't say no to any jobs, because you can't really with what's happening with the farmers.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really, in 5 years' time, you don't know where it's going to be.
Yeah. So you just want to improve it, the day-to-day function of it, get the maintenance side of it. To do third party, or just look after your own vehicles?
It's third party as well.
Nice one.
Because
Jowl test.
You guys have had the kit.
Yeah,
so
Jowl test from Eclipse. Another customer.
He's just had one.
There you go.
Kid at Christmas.
Plug. Jowl test, Eclipse.
He did say he wanted a charger.
Okay. Yeah, we'll sort you a charger.
We can sort that out.
Yeah, we'll sort that out.
But so I think what you were saying there, less is more actually.
Yeah.
Because another truck, another driver, another responsibility, it all adds up. Sometimes people think, the more trucks they can have, the more money the business will make. But actually,
sometimes it goes the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, we did have like St Mary's when when Grandad and Dad were together, we did have like 19-20 lorries on the road. And then it was getting that pathetic with other drivers. We couldn't rely on them. And once they finished, we sold the lorry, and it just went like that.
Just sort of downsizing over time. Yeah.
Like we used to do general haulage as well. And then we just focus on livestock now. We've got low loader, which is Liam's. So yeah.
Well, you can't really go wrong with maintenance, because if I'm being technical, well, that's our game, and they can't even keep up. Like there's vehicles out there they can't fix for weeks, months, etc. So yeah, you can't really go wrong there. We have too few technicians, workshops. We don't really have like the amount that we need technicians wise, tools wise. We can't keep up capacity basically with the trucks, vehicles, commercial vehicles on the road. So
and
smart move.
I'm not giving Liam a big head or anything, but he is very good at his job.
He's pretty good, yeah.
And he's got a very good reputation.
Nice.
And that's the main thing, isn't it?
Got to have in your game. Yeah.
So can we just blurt that bit
out?
There you go.
I'll give him a big head.
Yeah. So what's Liam's always been a technician?
So he started off in the army.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Doing like cure recovery in the army and sort of thing. He doesn't really speak about it, to be honest. And then he moved to recovery over here. He had a knee problem, so that's why he came out of the army, because he couldn't keep up with the stuff. So he then started off with recovery, and he ended up at, I don't know what he did, but he ended up at RS. And then I gave him he's always wanted to be on his own. So I had the financial side backed up because I had the business. And I said, if you want to do it, we can open up the workshop and you can have it.
Nice.
And so, yeah, that's
as long as you fix all my trucks.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Priority.
Mine are a priority.
Yeah.
And I said, this light's come up on my dash. Yeah. Right, I'll book it in for. I was like, you're being serious.
Book it in. I'll
like,
see you tonight.
Yeah. I was like, I'll get back at this time. You can plug it in.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. No plug-in charge, I imagine.
No.
No, it's got to work both ways, hasn't it? It's got to aid the business as well. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, well done.
Great.
Anything else you've got coming up?
Not that I know.
Other than work and putting a new stable together?
I don't think so, to be honest.
No.
I haven't booked anything.
No, nice. No Australia trips planned?
I know I need to save up for that.
Yeah, that's there. Yeah.
No, I did go business class though. If you have a chance to go, oh my God.
Yeah, I've only ever done it once.
Amazing.
Isn't it like the next level?
Yeah, you don't want to go back to cattle class.
No. Cattle class, I love that. Yeah. I always think like if you're doing more, I think like 5 or 6 hours after that, because I think the longest I've been on is like 11 and a half, 12 hours. Yeah. I honestly couldn't have done it in economy.
You say that though, but actually, if you can do it, my parents have just been away and literally just even for like a 3 or 4 hour flight, the problems they had on that way, kids banging chairs, parents shouting. Actually, you know what? If you can do it because even on a short haul flight, it'll cause you so much problems.
On Virgin, right? If you fly Virgin, economy premium's good enough.
Yeah,
even that's good enough. Just pay that little bit extra. Yeah. Get a little glass of champagne. You're like, whoa.
Royalty.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like when going on Emirates. They were like, here you go. And I was like,
do you know who I am?
Your own mini bike. I was loving life.
Well, that's the life, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, 100%. That's the only thing when you go on like Ryanair, then you can like, then you go on like a Emirates, Virgin Atlantic. You go like a long haul flight on a really nice plane in a good
and the
class.
Food's amazing.
The food's nice,
really?
and then you go back.
On a plane.
That's the way to go.
Ryanair's bag of crisps, if they have any left.
Now we've sold out.
Pay a lot of money for
crying baby.
Weren't Ryanair on about taking some of the chairs out and having like standing?
Yeah.
I don't know how that sits with like safety and whatever. But literally that is the standard that you're setting, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, thank you ever so much for coming on. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, if you've enjoyed this episode with Becky, please make sure to like, subscribe and comment, and make sure to let us know who you want on Talkin Shop next. Butchered that. See you later.